Time Warner Cable and CBS have waged a bitter standoff centering on how much the cable giant pays CBS to retransmit signals in three major TV markets. Talks are ongoing with a new deadline set for 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. Will the two reach a deal, or will CBS TV stations go dark for millions of Time Warner subscribers? Julia Boorstin joins us now with the latest and why this has become such a big battle. Julia, it's really coming down the wire, isn't it?
It really is, but I have to say the fact that Time Warner Cable and CBS decided to extend their deadline by 3 hours until 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, foregoing a potential blackout that could have happened at 5 p.m. Eastern, does seem like a good sign, like they're getting closer to a deal. But CBS has made it clear that it's willing to pull the plug on its channels if it can't get the kind of price increases that it wants. Now, this battle between media giants is contentious because the core of the broadcast model is at stake.
3 million Time Warner Cable subscribers in Los Angeles, New York, and Dallas have been worried about losing access to CBS and Showtime, hit shows like Under the Dome and Ray Donovan. The battle, being waged in television commercials and internet ad campaigns, is over the retransmission fees Time Warner Cable pays CBS. CBS says it isn't being paid enough for its top-rated programming. Time Warner Cable says the price hike is unreasonable. The question is just how much more Time Warner Cable's willing to pay.
So what do subscribers think about the risk of a blackout? They're not happy, and they're willing to go elsewhere to find the content they want to watch if they can't find it on television. Here's what a slew of TV fans in both New York and Los Angeles had to say.
If they're holding, quote-unquote, holding people hostage, that's not a good business practice, I don't think.
I don't know, I just go to Netflix, I guess.
I mean, that's definitely a different avenue to go, is use all the different Netflix, Hulu, go online and find sports.
I was under the impression that free TV was free.
They just want their shows. There has to be a compromise somewhere.
Don't get rid of Channel 2.
I'm not over 50, so I don't really have cable. I just search for things on the internet.
And that's the big worry, with young people already questioning the value of cable. The question is if a blackout of CBS for Time Warner Cable customers would drive them to cut the cord and simply find content elsewhere. Susie?
Well, what do you think the chances are that CBS and Time Warner will come to a deal by the deadline?
You know, Susie, I think the chances are actually pretty high right now. If you asked me before 5 p.m., I would have said there would have been a good chance of a blackout. But the fact that they came to an agreement to extend their negotiations for another 3 hours makes it seem like they think they could probably resolve it in another 3 hours.
You know, Julia, I'm over 50 and I still have cable. There have been lots of examples of cases like this involving ABC, Disney properties. I believe Fox had one with another cable provider. What is the most of the time these things get resolved, don't they?
Well, they always get resolved eventually, and there's always some sort of compromise. The cable or the satellite TV provider always pays some sort of increase. The question is just how big of an increase, but sometimes they do take a while to get resolved. Now, last year around this time, DirecTV was locked in a battle with Viacom, and there were about 20 million DirecTV customers who didn't have access to Viacom channels like MTV and Nickelodeon, and that went on for 9 days, but it did eventually get resolved. This one I don't think will last that long.
All right, Julia Boorstin, thank you very much. Julia reporting from Los Angeles.